I am on a job. Had 11 trees. I had 10 trees. I forget. Give them flat rate on all of them. I gotta get down for this customer. I just dropped 2 actually. I dropped a few others a couple days prior from when I came out to look at the job. But we're gonna bring you guys along for the ride on the next couple. So, not gonna edit a lot. I'm pretty well just gonna set the camera up and I'm gonna set some trees to heaven. All right, here's the next one. This big old dead pine, very dead. It's bigger than it looks. I mean, pretty thick vase. It's probably, I'd say, 28-inch diameter. It's definitely gonna eat my bar up, but nothing we can't handle. This guy's doing a lot of land clearing. He needed me to get the dead ones down, leaving about 2 foot on the stump for him so he can rip them up the excavator. But he didn't want to be dealing with the branches snapping off and smacking his excavator, piercing through and hitting him in the noggin. So, anyhow, let's get this sucker down. Right here you can see me start swatting at my leg. I am getting completely lit up by fire ants. And it's not just a couple, there's literally like hundreds and hundreds of them that, well, I pretty well drove into their home with a chainsaw, so what can I expect other than for them to bite back? Guys and gals, I'm honestly struggling here. It's like every time I swat these things off of me, it multiplies and it's twice as many that were there before. I'm just really accepting defeat to the fire ants at this point. I'm just trying to get them off of me as quickly as possible, and I'm just wanting to smack these wedges in and get this tree over and get the dang things off of me. Oh man, I got attacked by fire ants. Golly. Got down. I'm not gonna lie, I rushed the cut a little bit to get out of there, knowing that there was nothing I had to worry about. I got bit up bad. They were all over me. I guarantee they're still, that stinks, they're still on my boots. I gotta cut these things up too. I totally forgot to do that on the other side, so I'm gonna have to go back there for them and do that. That ain't no problem though. Phew. All right, let's get these chopped. this giant loader. So I just hinge cut the branches a little bit for him. So they roll in to the log. He's just burning all this crap, so it don't got to be too pretty. It's got to be just right. Satan things. It bites you and it sends out a pheromone, and once one bites you, you get lit up by like 70 of them. They're miserable. And like a few hours later, you start to develop these things that look like freaking, I don't know, giant nasty zits, and it's all the bite marks, and it's like all the venom inside of it. They say that if you pop it, it's better. I pop it just because it feels like if I pop it, I get some sort of win out of it. but I don't know. If you know anything about fire ants and whether you should pop the zit thing, a chemical burn, whatever it is when they bite you, let me know. Just gonna do a little quick fuel up session. Ooh. Man, a little ego there when I put the cap on. Jiminy crickets. That's plenty fuel there. Top off the Earl. Alright, now we are ready to go. Put on my insurance policy. This thing has saved me many times, especially working dead trees, because those suckers will come off when they so decide, especially when you start running that chain into it and banging on them. So anyway, let's drop this sucker and get out of here. going well. Making my back cut, getting to the depth that I need. Gonna back off and grab a wedge, and as soon as I get a grab, look at the back cut. It completely sinks. I can't get my wedge in at all. Slight panic, calm down, relax. I've been here before. It's just something that I'm gonna have to deal with. But we know how to take care of these situations. Worst case scenario. Right here, I'm feeling pretty good. This wedge goes in pretty smooth, and I start gaining some distance on it, and I can see the tree starting to elevate. So I know I'll be able to get it to stand up to where I need to be. Stupid thing. That's why dead trees are dangerous. Sucker sat back in a heartbeat. Should have put my wedge in a little sooner, but right where we wanted it. That's a good day's work. Good day's work. Gonna buck it up and get out of here. Well, that was about worst case scenario. It sat back on the back cut side. I was gonna get a wedge in it, and it was opening up, and then it just decided to just set dead wood. I should have put a wedge in it a little sooner. But it is what it is. I was able to, I knew what I had to do. I had to get a wedge in it and just lift it up. I could tell that there was still good holding wood in it, enough to get the job done how I needed to, and stand it up and send it over. But yeah, I thought about going and grabbing him, but I knew I could handle the situation. So anyway, it worked out. All's well. Tree went where we needed to go, and that's tree service. It ain't always pretty, but anyway, stay tuned for the next one. Appreciate you all, and I try to keep it real. That was a real scenario. Slight concern, but nothing we couldn't prevail, and it's about collecting yourself in those situations and not rushing anything and getting out of hand. All right, I almost forgot this one on the fence. Grab the steel. It's a little bit lighter to saw, a little bit easier to control in scenarios like this. So I think what I'll do is a back cut first, and then a deep face cut. We'll get this thing out of here. Try to set you guys up somewhere decent.